Good evening to all of you. Yesterday, by mistake, I have taken economic subject. Today, we are going to start SPCC. Yesterday, I have completed economics chapter. Now, SPCC. In SPCC, this is the last chapter, chapter number 5, directors of company. Except this chapter, chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 is completed. Now, directors of company, fifth chapter. In this chapter, first topic we have already completed. Only one point is left. Topic was legal position of directors. Legal position of director. In that, 3 points we have already completed. Legal position director means what is the legal position director in company? Director act as a representative. I had already explained. Director act as an administrative partner, completed. Director act as a trustee, completed. Last one is employee. Fourth point is employee. Point is employee. Now, what is the legal position director in the case of employee? Director is providing valuable services. Director is providing valuable services to the company. That's why he is not, and second point, he holds highest position in the company. He or she holds highest position in the company. In the company. So, he is not considered as an employee. So, he is not considered as an employee. He is considered as, he is the officer of the company. So, this is the last point. In this way, first topic in chapter number 5, legal position of director is completed. First one is director act as a representative we have done. In that point, I had already explained that this is not possible for all shareholder to attend the meeting. सभी शेयर होल्डर के लिए ये संभव नहीं है कि वो कंपनी की मीटिंग अटेंड कर सके. रीज़न, दे आर स्टेइंग एट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस और एट डिस्टेंट प्लेसेस. सभी लोग अलग अलग जगह पे रहते हैं और कंपनी से बहुत दूर रहते हैं. दैट्स वाई दे आर नॉट एबल टू अटेंड द मीटिंग. दैट्स वाई इन ऑर्डर टू प्रोटेक्ट देयर इकोनॉमिक इंटरेस्ट, मतलब शेयर होल्डर अपने इकोनॉमिक इंटरेस्ट को बचाने के लिए, अमंग दोज शेयर होल्डर्स दे आर इलेक्टिंग few shareholder as their representative through voting process. वोटिंग प्रोसेस के द्वारा सभी शेयर होल्डर में से वो कुछ शेयर होल्डर को इलेक्ट करते हैं देयर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव. दीज रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स आर कॉल्ड डायरेक्टर्स. दिस इज द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ फर्स्ट पॉइंट, डायरेक्टर एक्ट एज अ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव. तो ओरली आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग. So they are called representative, and these representatives are also known as the director of the company. It means the main function of director is to protect the economic interest of all shareholder. Second point, director act as an administrative partner. First explanation of first point remains same, means among those shareholders, few shareholders are elected through voting process. They are called representative. These representatives are known as directors also. Now, how they are administrative partners? We all know that according to rules and regulation, according to provision of Companies Act 2013, individual director cannot take any decision regarding company. Means board of directors has to take decision. Board of directors means all directors who are in the group of board of directors, they need to take decision mutually. Mutually मतलब एक साथ. Since they are taking decisions mutually, means with the consent of all directors, that's why on this basis we can say director act as an administrative partner. But Director act as an administrative partner. These are different from the partners in partnership firm. आपने पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म पढ़ा होगा, उसमें भी पार्टनर्स होते हैं, बट देयर स्टेटस एंड डायरेक्टर इन द कंपनी एज अ पार्टनर बोथ हैज डिफरेंट मीनिंग. हाउ दे आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम ईच अदर? फर्स्ट, पार्टनर्स इन पार्टनरशिप फर्म. जो पार्टनरशिप फर्म में पार्टनर्स होते हैं, पार्टनर्स इन पार्टनरशिप फर्म can blame other partner for any wrongful act. If any mishappening happens due to which loss occurred, then one partner can blame other partner in partnership firm. But so far as company is concerned, in company, one director, in board of directors, one director cannot blame other director for any wrongful act. Reason? Because whatever decision is taken in the company or for the company by the directors, such decisions are taken by director mutually, means with the consent of all directors. So one director cannot blame other director for any wrongful act. This is the first difference. Second, relationship. Partners in partnership firm have permanent relation, permanent we can say, or long term relation. जब तक business continue रहेगा, जब तक उनके बीच में healthy relation रहेगा, they will continue the business. But so far as directors are concerned, their relation is not of permanent nature. Reason? They retire every year. अब कैसे रिटायर होते हैं, we will discuss later on. But हर साल वो रिटायर होते हैं, थोड़े थोड़े डायरेक्टर्स रिटायर होते जाते हैं. It means their relation is not of permanent nature. That is second point. Director as an administrative partner. Third, we have done director as a trustee. Again, almost same explanation, that few shareholders are appointed as a director in order to protect the economic interest of all shareholder. Their main objective is to protect the economic interest of all shareholder. These directors are representative of all shareholder. These directors, the main function of director is to protect the interest, protect the property of the company. They have to see that whether funds are utilized in the best possible manner or not. Means their main function is to protect the property and the money of the company, whether money or finance is utilized in the best possible manner or not. That's why they are considered as a trustee. What is the function of trustee? To protect the property of the company, to protect the property of a particular trust. That is the role of trustee. So here in company, directors are protecting the property, protecting the assets of the company. That's why they are considered as a trustee. But how this director as a trustee is different from the real trustee? What is the difference? First difference is real trustee in trust. Real trustee can use the property in their own name, but directors in the company cannot use the property in their own name. First difference. Second difference, real trustee in trust can enter into an agreement with third party in their own name. But so far as directors are concerned in the company, they cannot enter into an agreement with their own name. By their own name, they cannot enter in any contract. They have to enter into contract with the name of company. So this is the difference. And fourth point, director as an employee, because director holds highest position in the company. They are providing valuable services to the company. They are making major policies for the company. They are taking major decisions for the advantage of company, for the benefit of company. So they are not considered as an employee. They are considered as officer of the company. The first topic, legal position of director, is completed. Now second one is in second topic, three different points are there. First one is number of directors. In this topic, three different points are given. One is number of directors. Second is number of directorship. Number of directors, there is difference between number of directors and number of directorship. And third topic is this first topic, second topic, and third one is identification. Number of director. So three different topics are there. Now first one is number of directors, means how many directors should be there in company. This is the question. एक कंपनी में मैक्सिमम या मिनिमम कितने डायरेक्टर होनी चाहिए. सो वी ऑल नो दैट कंपनी, व्हेन वी आर यूजिंग द वर्ड कंपनी, कंपनी इज ऑफ थ्री टाइप्स: पब्लिक कंपनी, प्राइवेट कंपनी एंड सिंगल पर्सन कंपनी. सिंगल पर्सन कंपनी. In case of public company, there must be at least minimum 3 directors, minimum. In case of private company, 2 directors, and in case of single person company, 1 director. This is the minimum number of directors. In bracket I am writing minimum. So in case of public company, there must be at least 3 directors. Then in private company, 2 directors. And in case of single person company, there must be 1 director. Now so far as maximum number of directors is concerned, in all types of company, whether it is public company, private company or single person company, maximum number of directors should be 15. 15. But it can be increased. This number can be increased. How? By passing special resolution. By passing special resolution. So this is about number of directors. First of all, you have to classify the company in 3 different parts: public company, private company, single person company. Minimum number of directors are 3 in public company, 2 in private, 1 in single person company. So far as maximum number of directors is concerned, there should not be more than 15 members in any type of company. But this number can be increased by passing a special resolution, and after passing a special resolution, they need to take the permission of central government. Then only they can increase the maximum number of directors more than 15. Now next topic, number of directorship. What is the meaning of number of directorship? It means one director can hold the position of director in how many companies. Means in how many companies one director can hold the position of director. एक डायरेक्टर मैक्सिमम कितनी कंपनी में डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं एक साथ? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन, दैट इज द टॉपिक, नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टरशिप. सो आंसर इज one director can hold the office of director. Office here means position. Office of director in maximum 20 companies. 20 companies including public company and private company. First point, one director or a director can hold the office of director. Office of director means position of director in maximum 20 companies all together. एक साथ एक डायरेक्टर 20 कंपनी में डायरेक्टर की पोजीशन ऑक्यूपाई कर सकते हैं, इंक्लूडिंग बोथ पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट कंपनी. बट ही कैनॉट बिकम डायरेक्टर but he can become director not more than 10 public companies. 10 public companies. Second point, but he cannot become director not more than 10 public companies. For example, if a person wants to hold the position of director in 15 companies or 20 companies, we are taking 20 companies, maximum 20. If you want, one is public company, other is private company. So 10 means 10 position he can occupy in public company, 10 position he can occupy in private company. Other proportion 9 in public company, 11 in private company. But he cannot occupy the position of director more than 10 public company. Means 11 public company he wants to occupy the position, it is not possible according to rules and regulation. He cannot occupy the position of director not more than 10 public companies. Maximum in 10 public companies he can occupy the position. In private company he can occupy 11, 12, 13, 14. But so far as public company is concerned, he cannot occupy the position, he cannot hold the office of director more than 10 public companies. Third important point, in case of number of directorship, company or shareholder can reduce this number. Shareholder can reduce this number by passing special resolution. Shareholders can reduce this number by passing a special resolution. So once again, 3 different points are there. A director can hold the office of director in maximum 20 companies, including both public company and private company. But he can become director in not more than 10 public companies. He can occupy the position of director in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 private companies, but not more than 10 in public companies. And third point is, shareholder can reduce this number by passing special resolution. ये थर्ड लाइन का मीनिंग क्या है? We all know that one director has right to occupy the position of director in maximum 20 companies. अगर एक डायरेक्टर के पास ये राइट है और इन रियलिटी ही हैज ऑक्युपाइड द पोजीशन ऑफ डायरेक्टर इन मैक्सिमम 20 कंपनीज और सही में उसने 20 कंपनी के अंदर वो डायरेक्टर है, देन इट मे बी पॉसिबल दैट ही इज नॉट एबल टू कंसंट्रेट, मीन्स ही इज नॉट एबल टू पे full concentration in the affairs of a particular company. So a company has right, a shareholder has right to reduce this number. reduce this number का मतलब है वो डायरेक्टर के सामने कंडीशन डाल सकते हैं कि यू कैन नॉट बिकम डायरेक्टर इन मोर देन 6 और 7 और 8 कंपनीज, कि आप 8 या 9 या 10, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन कंपनीज डिसीजन, कि आप 8 या 9 या 10 कंपनी से ज़्यादा में डायरेक्टर नहीं बनेंगे. सच टाइप ऑफ रेस्ट्रिक्शंस दे कैन पुट फॉर द डायरेक्टर. अगर उसको डायरेक्टर बनना है उस कंपनी में, बाय एक्सेप्टिंग दिस देन ही कैन अप्लाई फॉर द डायरेक्टर. मीन्स शेयर होल्डर कैन पुट रेस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑन द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ डायरेक्टरशिप बिफोर डायरेक्टर. वो डायरेक्टर के सामने ऐसी रेस्ट्रिक्शंस डाल सकते हैं बाय पासिंग स्पेशल रेजोल्यूशन. इसका ये मतलब है कि वो डायरेक्टर के सामने एक कंडीशन डाल रहे हैं कि अगर आपको हमारी कंपनी में डायरेक्टर बनना है तो आप मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम 8 कंपनी में एक साथ डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. That is called restrictions on director occupying maximum number of directorship. So these are the important point regarding number of directorship. Last topic is identification number of director. Identification number of director. Now the person who wants to become director in any public company or private company has to obtain has to obtain an identification number This identification number can also be known as registration number. So, the person who wants to become director in any company or who is already a director in any company has to obtain an identification number from central government. The first condition is how a person is getting identification number in order to become director in public company or private companies. So first of all, he needs to obtain identification number from whom? From which agency? From central government. From central government. And for this purpose, he has to submit an application along with required documents. So, in order to obtain identification number, he has to submit a prescribed application along with the required documents to the central government. Now, he has submitted the application along with the necessary documents to the central government. Then what happens? Central government will verify all the documents, and if they are satisfied, they will issue an identification number within 1 month from the date of applying for, from the date of submission of application, from the date of submission of application. So once again, the person who wants to occupy the position of director in public company or private company, he needs to obtain an identification number from central government, and for this purpose he has to submit an application along with necessary documents, required documents, which is demanded by the central government. After submission of documents and application, central government will verify his documents, his application. If they will find, means they are satisfied with the documents, then they will issue an identification number within 1 month from the date of submission of application. Fourth point, after receiving identification number, director has to inform the company. Director has to inform about the identification number to the company where he is director, or going to become director. So, director, after receiving identification number, he has to submit that identification number, or we can say he has to inform the company about the identification number in that company where he is already a director or where he wants to apply for the position of director. He has to inform the company. Once company gets information from the director, now first of all, director, this is the responsibility of director to provide information to the company about the identification number. Once company received the identification number from all directors, then this is the responsibility of company to inform registrar of company about the identification number of all directors in their company. Means company has to inform registrar of company regarding identification number. This number should be provided by company to registrar of company regarding identification number of all directors of their company, because we have already studied that minimum number of directors are 3, maximum maybe 15, 7, 8, 9. So whatever number of directors are appointed in the company is required to prepare the list of those directors along with their identification number, and such information should be provided by company to registrar of companies. And last important point, that the person who has obtained identification number, he can obtain identification number once in a life. Means he cannot apply for second time regarding identification number. Same identification number is his permanent identification number. Whenever he wants to apply in any company as a director, he has to provide the same identification number which he has obtained from the central government. Means director cannot apply for identification number second time. सेकेंड टाइम मीन्स डायरेक्टर एक बार अपॉइंट हो जाए किसी कंपनी में, फिर रिटायर होते हैं, फिर दोबारा उस कंपनी में डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं या किसी और कंपनी में डायरेक्टर बन सकते हैं. एनी नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स दे कैन appointed or reappointed as a director, but every time they do not need new identification number. The identification number which they had obtained from central government, same identification number they need to submit in the company wherever they are director or they are going to be director. So directors cannot apply for second time identification number. So this is all about identification number of directors. So 3 topics we have completed: number of directors, then number of directorship, and identification number of directors. So what is the procedure of identification number of directors? Once again, the person who wants to become director in any company, they must have identification number, and such identification number they can obtain from central government. For this purpose they need to submit an application, and along with that application they are required to submit the necessary documents or documents which are demanded by central government. Once the documents and application is submitted to the central government, central government will verify all the documents. If they are satisfied, they will issue an identification number within 1 month from the date of submission of application. After receiving identification number, this is the responsibility of director to inform the company about the identification number, where he is director or where he is going to become director. Then once company will receive information about the identification number from all their directors, then they need to submit the same to the registrar of companies within the specified time period. If they are not informing or they are not submitting identification number to the registrar of companies within the specified time period, then responsible officer is liable for punishment. And last important point, director cannot apply for second time identification number. Means the identification number which they had obtained from central government, that is the permanent number in order to occupy the position of director. This topic is completed. Now any doubt you can ask.